So I had a whole nother advertisement for another up and coming company that I wanted to promote, but I didn't have time to upload it. But it will be on next week's show. But the next person that we're bringing up, I've known her for a while. You know, I didn't know that she possessed the talent that she had. She's a wife, she's a mother. You know, since she is a military vet, overall good person. You know what I'm saying? And she wrote her first book, Unconquerable, Traveling Through Trauma, which to me it was marvelous.
I feel more comfortable talking about some of my trauma because you were so brave to talk about what you went through. And I'm like, y'all don't even know. Like, I barely scratched the surface. Like, this
Right.
this was just like, this was like the tip of the iceberg. Like, this is just like, you have no clue what's going on underneath this, right? And
Right.
like, this book, some people told me like, yo, your book is kind of deep. I gotta read it in small doses, and I'm like, I feel it, like, because everybody thinking my life is just perfect.
I'm gonna be
and I
honest
got it
with you.
together.
I read it within a day or two.
I remember that.
Because I'm piggybacking off what Quez said because I knew you. I used to see you around.
So, like, one big feedback that I got from the first book was from an elderly man, right? Like, someone I never met before, and it came through someone else, right? But the feedback was this man had ended up confessing his trauma to the person that talked to me, right? And like, I mean, childhood trauma, stuff he experienced in the 50s, and he was like, you're
Hello, family. I'm Marquez.
Hey, you guys, and I'm Denisha.
We all want the best for our children, right? Security, opportunities, and a future filled with endless possibilities.
That's right, but here's the question. What are you doing today to create that future? Imagine building a business that creates generational wealth, leaving a legacy that grows even when you're not working, showing your children what it means to dream big and take action.
That's right. With PlanNet Marketing, we offer you the opportunity to earn income while still being present with and for your family. We show you how to invest in their future while securing your own and teach them by example what financial freedom should look like.
And don't just tell your kids to dream big, show them how it's done.
That's right. Comment below or
you can just message us for a direct link to our presentation.
Hello, family.
Yeah. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Yeah. This is Third Degree, and we're back on the Drop Your 3 Cent. Like I said, I spit blows that's quite decent. More recent, I see snakes in the grass. Kick it, don't like it, yeah, we all getting cash. Put them on blast, nah, that's not my style. I just go ahead and do another show and smile. It's been a while since you seen that boy 3-yard pop, but I'm about to go ahead and rock. Any type of mic be on tonight. Like I said, when I come on, I'm like Frank White. They can get it if they don't really like it. I just get up in your head like a psychic. Yeah, that's just 3-yard with the flow. Come through if you really didn't know. Get low. I'm about to go ahead and get dough. I'm about to show you right now. Dial 411 for the info. That's Quiz, yeah, he's standing on business. He stand by my side, we down the ride. Jasmin's out there, and we really do provide hot shit, and we don't really collide with anybody that be faking. I can just see him sizzling in the grass, they be snaking. Oh, but we get the grass that we raking. Man, you breaking up my flow. What the hell, Wes? Yo. All up in the mic.
My man.
I forgot the mute. It was good with you, man. It was good.
Hey, you almost took me out, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn. What's good,
I was just off the dome, you know?
What's going on, man?
Man,
it's a beautiful day, brother. It's another beautiful day.
Another beautiful day in Zamunda.
Well, yeah, I don't know about all that, but
man,
what's goody though?
Yo, when you hit me, man, I was in a meeting, man. It was like I woke up late. It was just one of those just days, man. Had to get to work on time, and had a meeting on top of that. You know what I'm saying? Some other stuff. Man, yo, so the problem I was actually having trouble sleeping was because I was supposed to have a hard conversation with somebody who I actually like. And I didn't know how I was really going to go through it because, you know, with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I call you like a friend, if I got love for you, if I bring you in, your family's my family. So, you know, I don't never want to see nothing bad or anything happen, but it was just one of those hard conversations that I was dreading to have, you know?
Well, nah, I feel you, but it's always necessary. I don't know who you're talking about or what you're talking about, but if it's keeping you up at night, bro, it's a conversation that definitely needs to be had, and you can't run away. So,
oh yeah, I had to address it. We talked, you know, but it was just one of those things, you know, when you're put in that position to actually supervise, lead, or, you know, to be a boss or of anything, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to have those difficult conversations. So I tried to wrap it up with as much love as possible and still, you know, delivering the message. But, you know, like I said, man, I didn't know this cat for like years, seen me literally grow up. So for me to have this conversation, I was just dreading it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you wanted to be the boss. Yeah, you get a boss. Tell about the gun line, boss. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Boss is steady tired.
Just a little bit. Make sure you guys are hitting the like and the share button. Make sure you guys please share. Man, what's going on with you?
Oh man, you know me, living the dream and winning, brother. You know, just always on the grind as usual. You know,
right.
working in the dark. I think today was the last day of my live challenge, so you know I completed something, so I feel good today. You know what I mean?
Right.
It always feels good when you get to completion. But just because I finished the challenge doesn't mean I'm done. So y'all be looking out for me.
So explain to the folks, what was the challenge?
The challenge. So I got people on my team in the business that I'm in, and a lot of them are uncomfortable talking to people and just talking in general, like in public spaces, things like that. So the challenge was 21 days straight. Just go on Facebook, go live. You talk about whatever you want, but just do it every single day for 21 days so it becomes a habit. I'm actually on day 30, so you know what I mean? I hold myself to a higher esteem than those that I try to coach and develop. So, you know, I missed a day. So I you know, my punishment was to go an extra week. So that's what I'm on.
Man,
you know
that's discipline right there.
Well, thank you, sir. That's what it takes to win.
Right. Mm-hmm. Man, so speaking of, man, like I gotta give a shout out to Adoration. You know, she's gonna try to jump on tonight, you know what I'm saying? But you know, she's out there in the other part of the world. I know that they experienced like an earthquake. So I checked on her, she's good, her family's good. So just want to make sure that we just give them an extra prayer, you know what I'm saying, keep them uplifted. And you know, hey, if you make it, you know, kudos. If you don't, We understand completely.
No, absolutely, man. You know what I mean? Take care of your family and yourself first. You dig? But prayers out to you, and I hope everything working out over there on the other side of the planet. You know what I mean?
Word. Man, there's been some ratchetness going on.
Oh man, well drop the ratchet news, man, and let's get to it, man. We're gonna have a great show today.
Should I speak on some ratchet shit, or should I just show you some ratchet shit?
Just show us, sir.
Okay, I got you.
Just show us.
All right, enjoy the ratchet news.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy 3rd Degree. We're back with more ratchet news. Well, some of it's ratchet, some of it's not, but we still got to speak on it. So let's go. You know, there's so much ratchet stuff going on with Donald Trump. So I'm only going to limit it to this. Donald Trump suggested replacing Pride Month with Veterans Month to honor those who serve. Man, come on, bro. Come on. Moving on. Big U speaks out on IG Live before turning himself in. The federal agent says Whack 100 is working with the FBI. It would kind of seem like that, right? But who knows? It's kind of crazy. But we shall keep you tuned in for this, sir. So let's go. Matthew Knowles warns Kanye West, people pay a price for being stupid. I wonder what that. Yeah, he's defending his grandchildren as he should. Kanye West was out of line for the comments that he made about Beyonce and Jay-Z's daughter and son, calling them, you know, I can't even really repeat the word because it's offensive, but, you know, definitely agree with Matthew Knowles on this one. So, moving on. OnlyFans model charged with second-degree murder after fatal BDSM stunt ends in asphyxiation. Crazy. The things people would do for likes, clicks, and booty. Moving on. High school basketball coach fired for yanking girl's ponytail after New York Class D championship loss. Yeah, as he should. He should have got his tail kicked for that too. Moving on. Hawaii is sinking at a rate 40 times faster than previously predicted. That is crazy. We shall keep you tuned into this as well. All right, moving on. Lizzo confronts Young Miami over comments she made about her weight loss. And, you know, people are coming at Lizzo, and I get it. She just wanted some clarification, and Young Miami wasn't even trying to diss. She was actually standing up for her, so I'm glad they got that cleared out. So, moving on. Rapper Dank and Moss lost her lawsuit against Lyft. I knew that was going to happen, but, you know, now it's time for her to put down the antics and pick up some bars. Let's see what she really got. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop with all the stunts and let's get to the music. Let's see what you really got. So, speaking of which, though, Dank DeMont said, if she wants your man, she can have him. There's nothing you can do about it. I can say one thing about her, man. I don't agree with her antics, but I love her confidence. You know what I mean? If she can't get me, you know what I mean? But I definitely love her confidence. So, you know what I mean? Much blessings and much success for her and whatever she got going on next. So, moving on. Tiger Woods and Vanessa Trump go Instagram official with their relationship. Weird. Moving on. Cain Velasquez sentenced to 5 years for 2022 attempted murder after targeting alleged abuser of his 4-year-old son. Free him. Moving on. Two mothers who have the same baby daddy join forces to assault new girlfriend for being mean to the kids. Crazy, right? Moving on. Nia Long and Sherry Shepherd allegedly involved in heated confrontation in Broadway Live. We shall keep you tuned into this one as well. Moving on. Lauren LaRosa will have her own show on iHeartMedia's Black Effect Podcast Network. Salute to her. I guess it's called The Latest with Lauren LaRosa, so shout out to her. Much deserved. Moving on. Take that. Judge dismisses most claims against Diddy and Lil Rod lawsuit, including RICO and emotional distress, but actual allegations still remain. So we shall stay tuned into this one too and see how it goes. But I heard Diddy might be making bail soon, so we shall see. Moving on. Juju Watkins is out for the rest of the remainder of the season due to a torn ACL, so prayers up to that young sister, because just before that, she was right there partying up with Jaden Daniels until his mama showed up, and, you know, Mama Daniels or whatever, no, her name was Regina Jackson. She was not having it, you know what I'm saying? She's a straight IE mom, because she just got right in the middle and just said, nope, and it ain't happening today. Ain't happening. Wow. But moving on. Redman opens up about growing apart from Method Man. It's sad. I hope they get that back tighter, but I understand people grow up and they mature, so it don't mean that they're not tight. They just, you know, they got different priorities. So shout out to both. I opened up for both, so I always got love for them. Wu-Tang forever. Moving on. Scientists discovered that most Europeans had dark skin as recently as 3,000 years ago. For those that don't like being black. Moving on. Joe Budden sued by neighbor over nudity incident. Door cam screenshots revealed. Crazy, right? Moving on. Nelly admits he rushed to marry Ashanti to prevent her from being labeled a baby mama. I respect that. Ain't nothing worse than being labeled a baby mama or a forever fiance. So I totally respect this. So moving on. Gunman who killed 23 in racist attack in Texas Walmart is offered plea deal to avoid death penalty. Crazy, right? Moving on. Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show draws over 120 FCC complaints over language and lack of white people. Man, crazy, right? Moving on. Will Smith returns to West Philadelphia to celebrate Scream Name in his honor. Oh, he also dropped a fire album. That dude's actually spending some bars. So shout out to Will Smith, all right? Salute. Strict Muslim dad takes gay son in purple dress to prom. Son breaks down and tears in the driveway. As he should. Whether you agree or disagree, that's still your child and he's standing by his child, so much salute. Moving on. Yolanda Salvador denied early release from prison in Liz murder case as she should stay in there and rot and piss. Moving on. Linda Hogan opens up about family drama following divorce from Hulk Hogan. Crazy, right? We shall stay tuned with this one also. Their prayers to her, whatever she's going through. Moving on. It's being reported that South Africa has successfully developed an HIV cure, so we will keep you updated on this as well, and we will look into it, see if it's true. Moving on. Women gave her baby daddy $5,000 from her tax money to reward him for being a great father. Hey, this is something that you don't hear every day, so salute to this woman, all right? Moving on. Last but not least, Marvin Sapp tells church ushers to close the door until congregation costs up $40,000. Crazy, wow. We're going to talk about this tonight, so that's all I got. Anyway, I'm Third Degree. That's been your Ratchet News. Enjoy the show. Peace.
And we are back.
Good stuff. Hey, shouts out to Nelly, man. That's a respectable thing to do, sir. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I feel him. I mean, truthfully, I was there before, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had gotten my ex pregnant, and, you know, the last thing, what's up, Mama Tucker? How you doing? Please make sure you guys are hitting the likes and share. Hit the share button. Share, please. Yeah, I got my girl pregnant, and that was one of the things that I rushed to do. I wanted to marry her because I didn't want her to be a baby mother. But at the same time, we used to have long talks about like how long should you wait before you actually marry? You know, because we used to hear the tales of people who would like, you know, be engaged for years, you know, literally be engaged for years and never tied a knot. So, you know, no disrespect to them, because for whatever reasons that they have, I just didn't want to be that. I didn't want to be another statistic or, you know, have another baby mom. So, yeah, I understand what Nelly is talking about with that one.
No, absolutely. It's a very mature thing to do. Took me a long time to get there too, so I can respect it. That's
right.
That, man, you know what I'm saying? It's a very noble deed, sir. And that's what real love and relationships about, man, because a lot of people don't understand when you get married, it's no longer just about you.
Yeah, true.
You have to take into consideration a whole nother human being that you have dedicated your life to, your entire life, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, maybe everybody vows different. Maybe some people say I love you as long as you got some money, or as long as you fit into a size 7. You know what I mean? I love you. As soon as you get to a size 9, it's a wrap. But
right.
You know, if you take them vows serious and you take marriage serious, man, it's a very noble goal, because you have to take into consideration how people are going to view that person. They're a direct reflection of you, right? And
true.
All of that has to go into decision making, actions, everything in full spectrum. So once again, shouts out to that brother. And then on the other end of the spectrum, Miss Hulk Hogan, Lord Jesus.
Man, what you got from Miss Hulk Hogan, man?
Not a damn thing. you know, they play on Team WS, so you know, I tend to not play in that realm. It's just, man, whatever she going through, it looks bad from the picture I
Looks
see.
bad. Looks
Yeah,
bad.
I
You
don't
know,
know.
and then we seen her daughter come out and say there's been some type of abuse going on over there, and you know, I don't know, man.
He didn't hit
It's
her with a
kind of
Hulkamania leg drop. That's what the fuck happened. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, he over there. She must have been talking to some black dudes or something. You know?
you remember, right?
It must have been, hey, that man that came to cut the grass. You know what I'm saying? She was out there to offer him some lemonade, and he didn't hit her with a Hulk smash. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
Hey,
Man.
did you see that Jess Hilarious and Lauren, they made a little video, man.
Yeah.
It was corny, but it was funny.
It was mad corny. You know, I actually I wanted to, I was getting ready to make clips and share it, you know, but like I said, my mind was so all over the place today because I was dreading that conversation. But yeah, it was Breakfast Club, I love you, right? But y'all doing way too much. You know, say I understand it's damage control. Jess Hilarious went off script and you know, she completely it's definitely hurting the brand. I get it. So you have to do damage control, but you don't need to do the extras. You know what I'm saying? The on-air conversation was nice. It was sincere. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? Whatever needed to be said was said. They hashed it out. And truthfully, I mean, they handled it like real people. You know what I'm saying? Like on air. So, and that's what, you know, we've actually had little disputes and stuff. That's what my whole goal was, to hopefully try to air it out, squash it out, iron it out right here on air to show that people like, hey, we go through real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's sitting here is perfect. You know what I'm saying? So if there's a chance to make things right, then let's make it right, and we can do it in a nice, respectful way. And so I definitely admire what they did for that, but you don't need to do the extras, man. The video was kind of corny, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it was out there. But no, shouts out to them, man, for showing that even in the midst of that drama, they can come back together and you know what I mean, create a productive relationship, even if we feel like they may not really be friends or may not have really enjoyed that. That's neither here nor there. The optics of, you know, them two women going through their disagreement and then still standing tall together is a beautiful thing. So
that is.
Shouts out.
That is, man. That is. Mm-hmm. You know, like I said, at least they weren't fake about it. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, well, shit. Sometimes you gotta lay your cards on the table, baby. And if you gotta fold, just fold. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with it. Just go ahead and fold, man. It's okay.
Right.
It's nothing wrong with being approachable and receiving constructive criticism about you as an individual.
Right.
But a lot of people would much rather walk off and say that they did nothing absolutely wrong and it's got to be the world. So, you know, watch out for those people too.
True.
But,
you know,
did a good thing.
So during this conversation, I had to talk with like somebody higher up, and you know, we were discussing it, and they were saying like, you know, hey, we can understand if the situation happened like this one off, you know what I'm saying, but if it continues, then it's definitely, it can't be the world. You know what I'm saying? You have to start looking at yourself and start holding yourself accountable. So, you know,
I mean, that's just the truth.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to put it. I was being nice. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, sometimes you just got to look in the mirror and say, bro, you fucked up. It's okay.
Right.
Usually you get to a solution faster that way than trying to figure out how it wasn't your fault.
True.
The number one book I recommend to everybody that I keep back there on my shelf is Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. And he always says in the book, man, even if it's not my fault, it's my fault. I just accept it. So that's how I live now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's either my fault because I put myself there. It's either my fault because I didn't see the signs, or it's my fault because I actually did something wrong. And either way, you gotta address it. You know what I'm saying? You can't, because you can't control nobody but you. You have no control over anybody else on this planet but your individual being, and even your kids, even though people think you do, you ain't got no control over them either. You just trying to bumper rail them into the right path. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Exactly.
It's like putting them bumper guards up on the bowling alley, man. You just put them up and so they don't hit the gutter. You know what I'm saying? And help them get down the lane as best you can, but you don't have no control over that either. So
Right.
you know, the one constant in your life is you.
Exactly.
Fix it. Shit.
Man, I'm feeling kind of naked, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't got my usual sidekick with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's actually out there in your neck of the woods. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'll be looking over. I'm trying to look over. She ain't here, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's all doing her and you know, living her best life.
Hey, she out here in the A, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
She hit us up earlier. We finna step out as soon as the show over, man. We finna go hit, you know what I'm saying? Magic City one time. and nah, I'm just playing. No, shouts out to Jess in the A, in the ATL, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what's up. But yeah, shoot, if anything, you know, y'all need us, call us, man. We always available.
Yeah, I told her to link up with you and the Queen if she can. I know she's out there for a short period of time, but yeah, she's gonna try to definitely reach out to you and the Queen. You know what I'm saying? Because we're family over here.
We ain't gonna hold her to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how it is, man. Me and the Queen travel like that. We usually do the weekend wonders trips, and it's hard trying to go see everybody, your friends, your family. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, and still do what you showed up to do. So you know, it's no big deal. We'll make it an official trip, man. Where everybody can get together, man. But you know, y'all always welcome at my crib, man. You know what I'm saying? And
you know how it is. You always welcome at mine.
and y'all come over here and let the kids harass y'all. And I'm gonna cook. I at least feed you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm gonna cook some good food. That's one thing for sure. But,
exactly.
Yeah, I won't be outside like that. I'll be in the house working.
Work. All right, Joe. So let's get into it. Quez, you know what to do.
Oh,
you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna allow you because I'm gonna take, you know, your advice, your wisdom, you know what I'm saying, your leadership, your direction this way. You know what I'm saying? I got some third words. And I want to, you know, there's some things I want to say, I want to address, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, like, I don't know because I'm still confused, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
Man, stick to the mission, sir. That's always my advice. Stick to the mission.
Word to Big Bird. Word to Big Bird.
Forces don't drive the ship when you got your hands on the helm, man. Keep driving. That's it.
The only thing that I can say, my advice to the situation is don't be fake. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got folks reaching out to you, trying to see what's up. You know what I'm saying? If you feel a certain type of way, let it be known. Like I said, nobody's perfect. So if something happened, then, you know what I'm saying, allow that person a chance to make right the wrong, whatever it is, because we don't know. And like I said, sometimes with me, I can take ownership to my ish. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll be on my sag, but I'm a real sag, you know what I'm saying? So I could actually say what it is that bothers me. I can actually articulate it, whether I'm right, wrong, or indifferent. I will speak on it, and I will let it be known. You know what I'm saying? So, damn it, there goes that damn God telling me.
Yeah, that was God talking to you, sir.
Hey, speak real quick. What's up, Malaysia? How you doing? Speak real quick to the folks.
Yeah, that was God telling you to get your life together. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I got a word for the day. You know what I'm saying? Accountability, man. That's my favorite word. Accountability. If you can be accountable to yourself, nothing can stop you. If you can be accountable for your actions, your discipline, your work ethic, if you can just be accountable wholeheartedly and not take emotional responses to business type decisions and life goals, then you'll be better off for it. What's up, Miss Malaysia? How you feeling? How you doing? But yeah, that's what I got for y'all.
Malaysia, me and you got to talk. I need some business. You know what I'm saying? I got to cash in on some business with you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're good at what you do. Oh, mind you, I'm gonna shout out to Malaysia. You know that she's actually an Emmy winner.
Oh man, big
with
big
graphic
deal.
Designing and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Big
So
deal.
as we are in Women's History Month and Women's Month, you know what I'm saying? I gotta salute you, give you your flowers because she is an Emmy winner. You know what I'm saying? She's part of an Emmy winning team, you know what I'm saying, for what she does. So yeah, we definitely gotta talk.
That's major. That's definitely major, man.
Shout
out to you, sisters. Shout out to you. You know
right.
That's a huge accomplishment. Don't let nobody stunt your light.
I appreciate you too. I did trying not to. I'm trying not to. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I try to be real. You know what I'm saying? I try to be real as possible. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that I cannot be is a $3 bill. And that shout out to my grandfather, William Howard Wilson. I guess I heard that he used to use that phrase, you know what I'm saying? Used to call people $3 bills. And I never knew him, never met him. And I used that phrase growing up as a kid. So, you know what I mean? It just stuck with me. Never be fake. You know what I'm saying? Be you, be true, be imperfect, be imperfectly perfect. But the one thing I could tell, my third word today was hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to see that underlining theme in some of the stuff that we're talking about, whether we're talking about church, whether we're talking about relationships, whether we're talking about whatever, you know what I'm saying? The word hypocrite, meaning that, you know, you're saying one thing but doing a complete another. You know what I'm saying? So if you have issues, if you have anything, stand on that, stand on your principle, be about that, and always be about it. Let nothing deter that. Don't be a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit here and say like, hey, you know, I don't eat pork, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, the next thing you know, or people who eat pork are going to go to HELL or whatever. Then the next thing you know what I'm saying? We see you over there eating a bologna sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you get to a
like
bacon double
cheeseburger, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, ain't that bacon on that burger? You know what I'm saying?
I don't eat bacon. I don't eat pork only on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You gotta keep it real. Just see, you know what I'm saying? If you eat pork, just say, hey, I eat pork sometimes. You know, that just it is what it is. But you ain't gotta fake the funk. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna get nowhere in the world being fake. And then at the end of the day, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? I wish everybody success. I wish everybody love. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, there's folks out there that ain't being 100.
Hey,
so
at the end of it all, man, again, drive the ship, sir.
Word. Got you.
Much
love. So let's go ahead and let's get into some promos real quick. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to let the people, we got some heavy topics we're talking about. Marvin Sapp tells congregation not to leave until they cough up 40K. It's wild, but I get it, but it's still wild. We got LeBron James versus Stephen A. Smith. That's wild. We got Trick Daddy saying that older women need to lower their standards. You know what I'm saying? Again, you know what I'm saying? We use the word, the hypocrite is going to align with everything that we're talking about tonight.
Right.
So
let's get
yeah. You're wasting time.
Hello, family. I'm Marquez.
Hey, you guys, and I'm Denisha.
We all want the best for our children, right? Security, opportunities, and a future filled with endless possibilities.
That's right, but here's the question. What are you doing today to create that future? Imagine building a business that creates generational wealth, leaving a legacy that grows even when you're not working, showing your children what it means to dream big and take action.
That's right. With Planet Marketing, we offer you the opportunity to earn income while still being present with and for your family. We show you how to invest in their future while securing your own and teach them by example what financial freedom should look like.
And don't just tell your kids to dream big, show them how it's done.
That's right. Comment below or
you could just message us for a direct link to our presentation.
$3 bill. So what we gonna talk about first tonight? And if you guys are out there, make sure you guys are hitting the like, share button. Also, too, so if you guys want to come on as a guest, I have the link on Facebook. Sorry, I didn't have time to put it up and everywhere in the description, but I do have it on Facebook. If you're coming on, if you're using your phone, just know you have to use headphones. Make sure you get in a nice, quiet spot. Make sure your Wi-Fi is popping. Make sure there's no background noises. Please, no eating. Also, like Quez say, this is a production and it's going out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I got 5 million on YouTube, 100,000 on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Quez has a network of 4,000 to 5,000. You know what I'm saying? We want to make sure we put you and present you in the best light. So just please, no eating. Drinking is cool. But we just, as far as the eating, if you're using your mic, it's going to pick up the chewing sounds, and we don't need that bleeding into the show. Also, too, if you got music and stuff playing in the background, we don't want it bleeding into the show because Facebook loves to trip. And I have to pretty much put up, I do not own the rights to my own music because of the distributor for my music. So therefore, if I play a song sometimes, they'll sit up there and say, hey, there's a copyright thing, take down the whole stream. So just be careful, just be mindful of that. Thank you, Mama Tucker. We love you. You're fabulous too. Just come on, also know that we are talking about some heavy topics tonight. Just know that, hey, we can agree to disagree respectfully. Just know that it's all love. We all got different points, different thoughts, views, and opinions. Just respect them. Just know that, we're here just to kind of seek a common ground to get some understanding. And it's nothing personal, So let's just please keep the personals out of it. And, let's just have a good show. So
let's get it. Hey, man, put the chains on the door, man. Let's start right there.
All right, so
let's get that out the way early, man.
Let's go ahead. So Marvin Sapp, never would have made it. Dude's dope. Queen got to get on. He's dope. He's dope. You know what I'm saying? Forgive me. I'm a little slizzer.
Come on,
but yeah, so he's come under fire because there's been a clip of him demanding, not necessarily demanding, but asking his congregation for $40K. And some people have kind of criticized him and talked about him. Fudge, I did not upload the
this guy.
Man, give me 1 second. I will do it right now. But yeah, he's come under fire, and I don't understand why. It's really, because it becomes this whole big old thing about tithing. There's always been that debate about tithing, whether we should or whether we shouldn't. So, Quez, what are your thoughts, real quick, while I load up this clip?
Right, in regards to tithing.
Yes.
My perspective has always been the same. You do owe God 10%. You know what I'm saying? You do owe him a portion of the fruits of your labor. Now, how you distribute that is up for debate, depending on who you talk to. If you do have a church home, then you should put it there. If you don't, put it in the community. That's what I've always felt like. You know what I'm saying? And if you feel like you give into your church home and it's not returning to the community, then find you another church home. That's always been my biggest issue. The church is a beacon of hope and should be helping the surrounding community in which their congregation comes from. So if you're paying your tithes to a church that's not returning that work to the community, find you a different church. And if you're not in church, you know what I mean? Bless somebody. You know what I mean? Take a portion of the blessings that you got in your life, even though they may not be the blessings you think you should have. You're still more often than not well off, way beyond means of a significant group of people. So, help those individuals, feed the homeless, what I'm saying? Talk to them. Conversation, you know what I'm saying? Give them some clothes, buy them some sanitary things. All of these things can be done and it is considered your contribution back to God in my eyes. You know what I'm saying?
I have similar thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like, quick story. I was taking my little dude out here, Jessica's little dude, out to eat. It was me and him. It was a dude's day. We were kicking it. You know what I'm saying? So I was taking him out to eat. As I was going in, I seen a woman right there with a sign, saying she was hungry right outside the restaurant. And so I was thinking, like, man, how many people have probably walked by her, didn't help her, whatever. And mind you, I had money in my pocket, but the money in my pocket was supposed to go to the tithing that I do for the church. So you know what? I'm like, I'm sure God will forgive me for this, for not helping out. And within the church, because I understand there are duties to the church, but this is God's church too. So what I'm saying? So I gave her what I was supposed to tithe with to make sure that she can get like a couple of meals, before I went in, and so I was on a personal obligation to make sure that I'm tithing every week. And so when I got to this lady, I'm like, my tithing is going to go to her this week. You know what I'm saying? So, man.
I don't think you need forgiveness for that, sir.
Yeah.
That was the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If the Spirit led you in that way, man, and that's what you got to do. So
I wanted to make sure I blessed her, man. Make sure that she got a couple of meals. How would I look sitting in this restaurant eating? Mind you, it's like a buffet. Eating everything, whatever I could, all the salad I want, because I do. Quite as kept, I go to buffets and I'd be bunking them salads up, man. But eating up everything, what I'm saying. And while this woman's out there hungry, hoping to get a meal, so hey, you're gonna eat just like I do. So here you go, what I'm saying. And so, man, it's just some people. I mean, how many people have actually passed over? Cheryl Powell, shout out. Make sure you guys are hitting the like and the share button. And also, if you're on Facebook, tap that like, tap the love. If you're on YouTube, tap. It's going to help the algorithm. But Cheryl says, Marvin was not in the spirit when he did that. Those actions show desperation and greed. Well, let's see. I finally got the clip up. I will get some rest come Sunday, and then I'll be ready to go Monday. You know what I mean? But here goes the clip.
There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. It's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. Now, everyone up here, we've all sowed and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm gonna have y'all come to the altar and give it, because I need to see 1,000 people moving. Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saints.
So, I mean, I can get, because the optics, it looked wild. You know what I'm saying? Hey, lock the doors. You know what I'm saying? My first thought was like, what the funk's going on here? When I heard it, I'm like, is he about to get serious with something? But then he's asking. I get it, because again, I understand churches. For those that got something to say about churches, church buildings, they cost money. You're talking about electricity, you're talking about air conditioning, heating, saying everything that it takes to essentially maintain either like a home or like even a business, it costs money. So I've heard people say like, well, he's worth like 4 million. He couldn't afford that. It's not necessarily the point. And it's not like he was asking for 40,000 per person. He was asking for $20. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so whatever it was, then you know, I kind of get it. How he went about it, I think was a little wild, but that's just me. You're on mute, sir. Cheryl says God wants Christians to be cheerful givers, not robbery victims.
But no, I think that was the whole thing about it. It's definitely not about the $20. I understand the concept, right? You know, if 1,000 of us put in $20, then maybe we don't have to worry about, you know, the maintenance for the building for right. You know, the next month or 2 months, whatever the case may be. I understand that. But the way he put that message out did not look savory at all. And,
right.
You know, a lot of people get turned off to the church because of that type of behavior. You know what I'm saying? You gonna Joe Clark lock me in the school to get my $20? You know what I'm saying? Like, some people may feel a way about that. You know, $20 ain't a lot of money, but perception is everything.
Right.
And I think he just put out a bad perception in regards to how he addressed that. You know what I mean? And then you know, the people on stage, y'all need to give $100 because it costs to be up here. Like, that's crazy to me.
But on the flip, though, I mean, but he was holding his deacons, himself. You know what I'm saying? He said we. He didn't say y'all. He said we. So he included himself in giving like 100, you know, with the church leaders while asking everybody else to give 20. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's when I'm going to give him some, if we're dissecting it a little bit, he held himself accountable. And he was going to take action and donate 100 too. You know, so.
No, absolutely. I'm just saying some stuff, you know, you shouldn't say. Yeah, you shouldn't be telling the deacons or nobody up there that it costs to be up here.
True.
I'm just speaking from optically. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in church. You know what I'm saying, and I understand that, you know, bills need to be paid, things need to happen, people need to be helped, all of that beautiful stuff. With 1,000 people in the congregation, even if you got 500 of them to get $20, you won. You know what I'm saying? And we already know big mothers and you know, the elderly church folk, they gonna give more than $20 just on GP because that's what they typically tend to do. So you was gonna get, you know, whatever the goal was. But to say shut the doors, I want everybody to come up here in the front. It costs to be up here with me. Optically, that looks horrible in the times of a secular generation.
Right.
I'll put it like that. You know what I mean? When we got, you know what I'm saying? Pop, lock, and drop it. And you know, coochie popping on a handstand. They got somewhere else they can get at $20. And they don't want to be locked into the congregation and chastised about not giving it.
Right. Cheryl says, I know churches have expenses. Just come to me like an adult, put accounting reports out there. Keep it real with the people. Yeah, like it goes back to what I was saying earlier. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real. Whatever it is, keep it real. The last thing that you ever want to be called or labeled is a hypocrite, fake, and whatever. Keep it real. Whatever it is, just keep it real. Keep it 100, and don't be out there saying that you keep it 100 and you keep it $1 when you're not actually keeping it 100 and keeping it $1. That's what a hypocrite is. You know,
I think that's what a lot of people's issue is with that clip. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, you know what I mean?
Right.
If you worth some millions, look, I don't like to count people's pockets. I'm only speaking out of the perspective I've seen in the comments, because either way, I don't care. I don't go to his church. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing to do with me. Even if y'all did shut the door, if I feel like walking outside, I'm gonna just go outside. You got me. I might leave just because you said that, because that's just my personality.
You know, me too. Truthfully, just because you told me to do it, and if I didn't want to be there, then guess what? You know, I'm out of there. And I dare one of the ushers or something like that to try to stop me, because you're gonna get kicked right through them doors, just like as I kicked through them doors. You know, I was gonna be a big old whoosh. You know what I'm saying? With love.
But no,
go with God.
One of the reasons I respect the bishop of the church that I go to is, you know, one of our very first encounters, like maybe our fourth or fifth visit after becoming a member. You know, she held a meeting explaining the expenses and what she gets in tithes and what she got in offerings and what goes to what and what comes out of her pocket. I can respect that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you can give me a balance sheet, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't ask for it, but I can respect it because you did it. You know what I mean? That lets me know your concern isn't my pockets.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I can respect that. And also, I mean, bro, I don't know. I want, boy.
No. So I feel you 100%. Like, you know, I went to a few churches within like the last 10 years. I went to a real big church, went to like a small church, and I went to a church that's like in between. And the one thing that I could say is I've seen the big church, I seen that get built from the ground up. And I know in order to do everything that they needed to do as far as the vision, they definitely needed money. So they were trying to get everybody to come out there, especially those who were blessed or privileged within that realm, to actually help contribute to this big old factory. They didn't want to rent it; they wanted to own it. But at the same time, you know, I was over here scratching my head, but I literally seen that building when it was just gutted. It was nothing. They turned it into, they have like a kids ministry. They have where they have like a daycare. They have a cafe. They have all types of stuff. It's literally like a campus to where you can actually go and like learn. They have Bible books. They have books and stuff. They have a lot of resources. They keep pantries so they can go out there and feed the homeless. They're actually out there walking the streets in the hood, you know, saying, praying for folks, feeding folks, helping, trying to get prostitutes off the streets. So I seen them use it for that. I seen the Littlest church where he didn't really have a whole lot of members, but I seen him and his wife. Shout out to True Vine Ministries, you know, saying they're doing good. You know, say I seen him and his wife, you know, when there was just a few of them. I used to work with this cat, so he's over here. Him and the wife writing out checks to put in their tithes. You know what I'm saying? So the church that I go to now, he's like, hey, you know, it's tithing time. Give with a cheerful heart. But if you're not willing to be cheerful, or you're not willing to give, or if it's not in your spirit, don't give it. Don't give it. You know what I'm saying? Because God says to give with a cheerful heart. You know what I'm saying? To tithe with a cheerful heart. If you're feeling like, hey, it's just an obligation, something I have to do, don't do it, because we don't want it. And he stands on business with that. You know what I'm saying? Just like what you said, people who keep it real with you, keep it a buck. I respect them 100%.
Every day of the week. You know what I mean? Every day of the week. So yeah, that's, I mean, realistically, we don't know what the context of that conversation was, which is kind of what I hate about social media sometimes.
Right.
Is the fact that they'll clip out something that's hyperbole and not give you the real context. We don't know what he was asking for the money for. We don't know what it was needed for. We just see the fact that you know what I mean, he asked for money, $40,000, which, if you really think about it, this is what I want to say for our people that look like me. Stop counting people's pockets, man. Like at the end of the day, whether it was a church, whether it was a business, whatever the case may be, if we practice group economics, we can win. So that's why I'm giving him that out. because I don't know in what context that money was being asked for. You know what I'm saying? So if you need to accomplish something and you have a circle of influence of 2,000 individuals, it should be nothing, right? It should be not like, prime example. If Third said, hey, I want to start a business today, right? This is my business plan. This is what I intend to do. This is how it's going to function. This is how it's going to build revenue. All I need is $5,000. With Third having all the friends he has, if Third come out and say, hey, if just half of y'all gave me $10, I could make it. I can make it work, right? I'm not going to look at Third and say, man, don't you got a job? Man, you got a podcast. You got all these subscribers on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You make music. Yeah, all this. Man, what you need my money for? I'm going to say, Third, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? I know somebody ain't gonna give 10. Here's 100. You know what I'm saying? Put that on it and let's make it shake. You know what I mean? Because I understand the value of us working together. You know what I'm saying? I understand the value of people who need to get things done. But that's my only conjecture to that, because I don't know what he was asking for it for. I don't know what the conversation was
exactly
or after. So it could have been
exactly. I needed to see the video more in its entirety, or I wanted to see it more in its context, because again, we don't know what it was for. He could have been sitting up there asking for $40K to help somebody with a medical bill. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we don't necessarily know. And again, it was 20 bones. But like Quez said, and that's shout out to Quez. God give him his cigars, his flowers, whatever you want to call it. He is that dude. He is that dude. You know what I'm saying? If something comes up like, hey, I got you, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is that dude. He stands on that. You know what I'm saying? So it always counts to have real good friends like Quez. So also, too, there is another clip with Friday, the singer Friday, talking about church folks. All this stuff comes up within a week. So we're going to hear this clip and we'll drop our 3 cents. And then we'll probably go to like the next topic. But for those who want to talk, if you guys want to come on and talk, we got the link in the comment section. Hit that link button. We're going to read all your comments. We're going to try to get it on screen. So, I know this is a sensitive topic, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to do it respectfully. And it's always good to hear everybody's thoughts, views, and opinions. So here goes this clip.
Bro, I ain't going to lie, bro. The church be on some weird shit sometimes, bro. And I love the church. But the same thing they put on Kirk, that's the same thing Jesus got. You gotta think Jesus was never like. When you heard Jesus at the temple all day, all week?
Never. He was in the whorehouse. He was in
with the prostitutes.
Yeah.
With all these niggas, bro, and it's like, bro, you not gonna touch the world staying in the church. Bro, you go to a church, it's just all these church people. Like, they don't be doing this outside. They don't go to schools. They don't go to the clubs. They don't go nowhere else to speak to the people but the church. So guess what? Guess who you see at the church? The same people you see in your whole life. If you go to I go to my home back home church, I'm gonna see the same people. Like, damn, it's been 30 years. You never see somebody like, oh, I remember you was clubbing, bro. I remember we used to hoop together, bro. Yeah. Good shit, bro. We in the church now. Like, you never see a new face. It's because these niggas not doing what, you feel me?
They call that outreach.
They don't do that, bro. And it's like, the church is the most judgmental people you could ever think of. And like, if Jesus was here today, bro, they was stoned. They would be on. You feel me? Fuck he doing with a prostitute?
Yeah.
Why Jesus hugging a prostitute? Shade on. Spiritual world.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say?
So, TMZ.
Man. And we got 2 lovely ladies here. You know what I'm saying? I got to give them both kudos, because they're both not home, but they're still dedicated to make it to the show. So I definitely salute both of these queens. We got Adoration, and then we have Jess.
Hey. Hello.
What's going on?
It's dark in here.
No, you dark in
You good. We see you. We see you.
What's going on?
Both you ladies are looking lovely. Thank you for coming through. Shout out, Jess. I see you looking up. Jess.
Hey, boy, stop. Hey, boy, stop.
I can't.
What up, though, Jess? You loving the ATL? You know what I'm saying? What you got going on?
Yes. Yes, I like it out here. I don't want to come home.
Where you at?
Oh, shit. She got to go home. You know what I'm saying?
She's in the A, Shouty. She's in the A. She gotta make her way to Vegas too. She's in the A.
Yes.
What's up, though, Adoration? How you feeling out there, man? All your people safe? Everybody good?
I was literally in class yesterday when I started getting the news. I almost choked. And over here in Taiwan, they have a lot of earthquakes, but everything's built for it. So I'm like, there's an earthquake in Bangkok, my family. And they're like, oh, okay. And I'm like, no, y'all don't understand.
Right.
But yeah.
Is everybody okay though?
Yes, everybody's okay that I know. But I mean, I got so many people to check on. I grew up there, so I just realized like I got like a whole world of people to check on. So
right.
I don't know.
Right.
But, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. Jess, I'm glad you made it safely. Ladies, we're talking about Marvin Sapp asks congregation for 40K. You ladies have any thoughts, views, and opinions on that?
Oh, is this the guy who said he's gonna lock the church doors?
You want me to play the clip again?
Yeah.
Run it back.
All right. Let's run it back real quick.
There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. It's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. Now, everyone up here, we've all sold and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm gonna have y'all come to the altar and give it, because I need to see 1,000 people moving. Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saints.
Go on, Adoration. Go on.
I've been to many churches. I have, when I was younger, my parents were ministers. I've seen this time and time and time again. And as some of the biggest givers in our church at one point, when we were doing well, and coming back to that same church in our time of need and watching people give. No, we watch 10 people come give $1,000, come give $1,000, and people start moving. And then when we were in our time of need and the people were coming to us whispering, hey, did y'all get the car that we donated? Did y'all get the TV that we donated? And we're like, no. Did y'all get the thousands of dollars that we donated? No. I remember there was a guy whose house burned down in that same church. And my dad was one of the people coming up, giving money. And then he called the family later and said, hey, I know you guys got what you need from the church. What else do you need? He said, oh, brother, we just need a place to stay tonight. Because I remember my dad bringing them to our house, sitting down with the other dad, and then putting them in a hotel for the night. And I remember saying, well, how did we just be one of these 100 people to give $100 and then they don't have a place to stay tonight? I'm sorry. I'm not blaming every church. I'm not saying anything. What I am saying is, if you're going to give directly to the source. And that's all I got to say, because that's what we learned. And we learned it the hard way.
Right. Hey, shout out to my pops real quick. You said, I'm sorry, that's too gangster for me. I would have had to push up out of there just to maintain my character.
That's a hostage situation. Let's just be honest. That's a hostage situation.
Hey, that's show what we said earlier, sir. Like, man, I'm leaving just on GP because you got me messed up. Come on, close the doors. Who gonna stop me? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, please make sure you guys are hitting the like and the share button. Please share, and then hit the like so we can get the algorithm up. Jess, what are your thoughts?
You ain't gonna tell me how much I can give.
No,
sorry. Only God could tell me that. Like, how are you gonna demand that I give a certain amount? How are you going to demand that? That's crazy. I wish you would. I literally walk up out of churches like that.
He was asking for $20 for each member, you know.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
I love it. I love it.
Yes, it was for the building fund.
That's the spirit.
Jess is out there feeling Atlanta shit. I don't care. I don't care.
It's for the youth ministry.
I don't care.
It was for the youth ministry?
No, I don't know. I'm just saying what is.
Oh.
It don't matter.
But look.
Listen, we know how big of a pay cut those people are taking from the youth ministry. My family been donating to one building back then for years. That building never happened. We came back from Thailand after 7 years, and that building still wasn't a thing. And we're like, oh. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Respectfully.
Respect.
All right, man. Let's move on, man.
Let's move on.
Y'all must have had different answers.
No, well, we were just breaking it down. You know what I'm saying? We were breaking it down. Like, I get it. Of course, call me both sides of the coin. I get what he's asking, but then I get why he's under fire too. You know, so I get all sides of the spectrum.
So why was he asking? I'm lost.
We don't know, but I'm gonna research it some more because it could have been for anything. But just like I had said, you kind of missed it. I mean, again, there is tithing where we're saying like the church itself, the building has costs, whether it's electricity, AC, food for the pantry, food for the homeless, or clothing for homeless. There's different type of costs associated with the church. So there are people saying, well, he's worth $4 million. How come he couldn't just pay it? Never would have paid it. Yeah, that's what they were saying about him. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, at the end of the day, it shouldn't necessarily have to come out of his pockets if he has a congregation. But at the same time, he was holding not only his congregation accountable, but he was holding him himself and his deacons and his church board accountable, asking, hey, we give 100 and then they give 20. You know what I'm saying? But we can give 40K. So we don't know what the 40K was about. How he went about it was definitely it was wild. I think we're all on the same accord. It was wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't telling me to lock the door. We gonna have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna move some pews. I might even hit you with the Bible. I'm gonna hit you with that word, but you ain't keeping me hostage against my will.
Do I gotta bring protection to church now? Like, that's crazy.
Hey, you came with protection. Let the God protect you. You know what I'm saying?
Pop says that was too gangster. As soon as he said close the door, I'm like, pop the clip.
Hey.
Yeah, like tell me to call the police. Hi, hostage situation. I need to get out of here. They're trying to steal my $20.
You ain't got to call ain't no 911 here. Like I said, as long as I'm able and willing, I'm still young enough to move. I'm knocking some folks out. My size 13 with a caboose, the ushers all through that door. You would have seen a big old, and you ain't holding me, especially if I'm hungry.
Right.
If I'm hungry or if the Lakers are on, you ain't holding me.
That was about a 1:30, 2 o'clock type service. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, I need to get out of here.
That's time to go. Stomach is growling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If I'm in the A, them soul food buffets is calling me. So
that part.
All right, y'all.
So thank you, OG, but let it be known that we.
Pops, I got to talk to you. I need some gangster preaching. Only that you know how to serve up. Man, only you. And I know you gonna stir me right because, man, these motherfuckers. Hey, man, so we got shut the funk up. Yeah, so all right, so we have LeBron James versus Stephen A. Smith, and then we have Trick Daddy saying that older women need to lower their standards. Which one do we go to?
Why you think I'm talking out like adoration?
I don't like Stephen A. Smith. I've been listen to this man speak for years. I'm just exhausted. And then there's the other thing. What's that thing? Trick Daddy?
Hey, Trick love the kids.
Trick Daddy Dallas.
Imagine
know,
having a
Nan,
name like that and be like,
kids, man.
crawling out of the grave.
all right, yeah, all right. So let's just go ahead. Let's just go. I'm gonna play an ad real quick, and then we'll just go ahead and just get right into it. Yeah. You're wasting time. Wasting lines. Save your breath, girl. You ain't that fine. Yeah. That's Third Degree. You can catch me on Spotify.
Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Stinking rappers, you know what I'm saying? You a hood rat. You a hood rat. You a hood. That's gonna be my theme song till April. Hood rats.
Lord help us. Lord help us.
Stinking rappers make me sick. All right, man. So we got Trick Daddy Dollars who made a comment and stirred up some controversy. So let's go ahead and just play the clip.
Realizing women my age, that's the hardest shit in the world.
Oh man.
They stuck in their fucking ways. They wonder why they can't keep a man.
Now look, you know they gonna get you for this now.
I wouldn't give a damn. Them old hoes need to lower their standards and realize that unless you want to
Trick, no.
Unless them hoes want a nigga unless they want a swap out, a nigga that's a swap out artist, unless them bitches want a yes man or a paymaster, bitch, I'm the sugar daddy with no sugar. Yeah, sweet and low. I'm not doing whatever you don't do, you don't get paid for. Like, bitch, stop always complaining. Like, for real. Them hoes stuck in their way. I ask her, where you at? You ain't my dad. I'm not your bitch. I hope I'm not your daddy, bitch. I want to know where you at, bitch, in case you get in an accident, in case you get a flat tire. I'm not. See, women want to get treated like niggas. I can't. I don't like niggas. I'm going to treat you like a nigga. I treat niggas any kind of way. You want to get treated equal. So you telling me you want to get treated like a nigga because you can never be a nigga. You can never be me. If a man going to be a man, are you really a woman? Why you don't cook? Why you don't pay more attention to me like you pay attention to your eyelashes? A 50-year-old ain't got no baby here. Why do you wait till you were 45 to get braces? It's shit like that. Like, you wait till you 45 years old to get braces. And now you got your little daughter, 21, getting her body done. 23, and she 23 years old, and she got her titties done. You ain't even have a baby yet. That shit gonna drop. You got to get them done again. You understand what I'm saying? Like, ain't no 40 years old. You're 45, you ain't got baby hairs.
So what age do you normally like? Is it like 25?
Nah. From 22 to 35.
So you cut it out. They can't be past 35.
35? Nah. That's right around the time they got life fucked up, right?
I got a quick question. I think I already kind of know the answer to this. Adoration.
I'm sorry. Trying to behave.
Would you, if Trick Daddy were to come up to Thailand or Taiwan, be like, hey, Adoration, let me take you out to dinner real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God, Third, please stop. No. Ew, no. Ew.
But
One thing about me is, first of all, I don't really deal too much, and this is wrong to say. I don't really deal too much with famous people. I'm not one of those people. I'm more like, you know what I mean? This is a superstar. Whoa, you know what I mean? Oh, you know, I know a lot of people, you know, or my family knows a lot of people. I keep my distance, but somebody as old and as nasty and bitter as him, ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way. Like, he could just say, I already know. I can read my profiles real fast. Ain't no way. Y'all know me though. I don't even be dating people yet. But no way. Ew.
Jessica, what are your thoughts on what Trick Daddy said?
If you a hoe, just say that.
Thank you.
Just saying.
That part. That's what I be like. I mean, you a hoe. Don't talk to me.
Like, yeah, I'm sorry. No older woman is gonna put up with that. Boy, bye.
Ew. On top, right? That part.
Because the way that he was addressing women, that's very disrespectful. I'm not dealing with that. Maybe some 20-something, 30-somethings will, but I don't know too many that will.
No.
All right, can I play advocate real quick?
Go for it.
For both you ladies. So if he were to come up, Trick Daddy, because he got a few dollars, you know what I'm saying?
I don't care.
You ain't gotta work, you ain't gotta pay a bill, I'll get your hair done, your
care.
nails done.
People act like bills are so expensive. Bills are not expensive.
I can work for myself.
If somebody
I can get my hair done myself.
Bills, you'd be so underwhelmed. Pay the bills. They are cheap. Bills are cheap. I'm sorry. Now rent is not as cheap, but bills are cheap. I don't really understand.
He offered to pay your rent? You ain't got to worry about rent.
It's not worth. No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. The way that he speaks about women, no. Maybe if he was more respectful about it, then yeah, okay, pay for my hair, pay for my nails, but no.
Yeah,
the trick about the kids.
And I know this.
I don't care.
But you have earned that. I never let nobody pay for anything for me. You can't even pay for dinner for me if I don't respect you. Like if you like,
exactly.
Then absolutely not. Bye, God.
Exactly.
What?
Yep.
You're not just gonna be.
That's a waste of my time.
Your hair, ew.
Adoration, you need to come out here and teach these young girls.
Well, the thing about young girls is they're young. They're like young guys. They just go with whatever's going on, and that's why a lot of these predatory guys, they target young girls. And when they actually sit down and talk about it, it's not always about, oh, I'm more attracted to her. They be cheating on these young girls with these old girls. But the reason why is because they know these young girls will put up with stuff. They know they'll find out that they're cheating, and they'll be like, well, I'll give you another chance. When you're young, you learn your lessons.
Yeah.
So that's why they target. And they say this. They say, well, because the older ladies wouldn't put up with it. The older ladies are less, they call it submissive. They won't just da-da-da-da. So we'll go after the young girls. But I've never been that young girl. I don't care. Get out of my face. Stay away from me. Ew.
Right.
You're disgusting. Why are you talking about, I'm going to pay for that? And that's another thing about these guys. They act like Trick Daddy type of guys. All right. Let's be very clear. They act like they're this man and that man, and they're getting all these, but they're not. They're running around asking young girls, hey, can I pay for this? They're trying to buy these girls because there are some girls that are on the market, you know what I mean, for temporary sale. Just like there are some young guys that are just trying to get laid at all costs with no respect for themselves, no dignity.
And they pay.
Those young people.
And they pay at all costs. They got no game. They got nothing else going for them. So
all they got is a little bit of money, and they pay the money, and they get dogged, and they're the ones who get done over, and they're the ones always saying, all girls want is money. That's all you offer. And that's all you can entertain. You come out, you can't entertain any type of regular decent girl. You can't entertain young girls with standards either. Because you say young girls, no, you can't get a young girl with standards. You can only get somebody that's out there for sale temporarily, right? Because remember, you can't have her for real. You can't actually put a ring on her. She wouldn't marry you, you know what I mean, at all. She's still marrying a nice young guy like everybody else, but you can get her temporarily for the evening, for the night. You can buy a couple drinks, and then she's like, we got to get away from this guy. So that's what you're getting. That's what these type of individuals are getting. And I hate that they're teaching this to young men, because I've seen young men be like, oh, they're getting girls. I'm like, name one of these red pill, I guess there's a whole red pill universe, I guess, that are married. Zero. And the one guy who's going around, I don't know if y'all know him, No Fugazi. It's a young people thing. But this nigga talking about all this, that. He's a single dad, because he's talking about don't marry a single mother. It's impossible. It's impossible. He's with a single mom of 2 before him. And they just had a new single baby together. And he's talking about, so it's just all messed up. You know what he said? Well, we're the exception. But, and I'm like, it's the fact that grown men pay him $100 for 45 minutes to give them relationship advice.
Hey man, look, don't confuse grown men would.
No. I know. I know.
No, I'm just saying.
That's why I said trick daddy type of people. That's very different than the
regular
people.
Grown men who pay
like
other men to teach them how to talk to women.
A lot.
They deserve everything they get.
It's actually insane to me. Like, I went on a date with one guy, and we were just talking and kicking. We knew each other for like a year. This man goes, "Yeah, Andrew Tate, one of the main Redfield guys. He's masculine. He's da-da-da-da-da-da." And I just went, I was like, the date is canceled. But I stayed there. I was nice because we were friends before. But girl, I was out of there. I was like, oh hell no. Because a lot of these guys who get into this, and I sympathize because a lot of them have low self-esteem and they feel bad about themselves. So they reach out to these type of guys who are like supposed to be like alpha. And they pretty much just talk about, I take advantage of girls. I rape girls. I'm a man. I'm a that. And they be like, yay. And it's just like, I was just like, whoa, the date is canceled.
Right,
I was like, that's it.
Back to Trick Daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry,
what I got for
No, you good.
what I got for Trick Daddy is the fact that, sir, you are 50-something years old, calling these women old bitches and hoes. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, your life hasn't gone in the direction. Dang, man. Hey, Mahir, bro. But listen, your life hasn't gone in the direction you needed to go in. If you still out here, and then for you to say, your daughters is 23 and they getting their titties done, and in the same breath say, well, only date women 22 to 35 is crazy. That's nasty work. You know what I'm saying? That's nasty work to me. So you talking to the mama and the daughter. That's what you want. You know what I'm saying? If mama don't act right, you gonna take the daughter. That's what I heard.
Those type of people.
Just nasty.
Those type of people.
Yeah. Trick Daddy, you know what I'm saying? I know you trick. Yeah, that was a little. I don't know. To a certain extent, do older women have high standards? Yes.
I think that,
they're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? At this time in life, I mean, they're not. They're the standards that they should have. I can't speak because I'm not a woman, but you definitely don't want no dude that you have to take care of. You don't want no dude who's not going to respect you. You don't want no dude who's going to sit here and just leech off of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want a dude who's going to give just as much as you give him. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yes, older women should definitely have high standards. Yes. I think what's wrong with the dating world today, I don't think it's the older women. The older women seem to have a lot more sense. It's the younger ones. No offense, adoration, like younger than you. You know what I'm saying? From what I'm seeing online. What I see online and then we see on TV, whatever. It's these women that have high unrealistic standards. You know, standards that they hold high, but they don't have with themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's more so the problem, but not necessarily what an older woman has. The older women that I know, when I would hear them conversate, you're like, hey, I ain't got no time for games. You're either going to be like this or you're out of here. They ain't got no time for games.
Absolutely. And I think too, I think one of the things that I see with some younger people that is a problem is a lot of people, they hold things that are not important in high esteem. That's what I see. And this is not just coming from this generation. I think it's coming from last generation as well, because there is a lot of generations who prioritize stuff like, well, even if he cheats and come on, let's talk about our grandmothers, people like that. Is he taking care of you? So people are like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't worry about if he's a good person or his character. Maybe I should worry about if he's willing to pay my bills. That is honestly coming back from past generations. That's what you're taught. But when you get in the dating field, you find out, okay, I can pay my own bills. And then on the guy side, well, is she cooking, cleaning, da-da-da-da-da-da? And then you find out when you get in marriage, none of that stuff is important. Y'all eating ravioli from the can anyway. You ain't got time. So, I think that that's what's happening with this generation. We're hearing these quote unquote standards from, older generations, and we're thinking, okay, this is important. But once you get into the dating field, you're finding out you really just need somebody who's willing to sit beside you and hold your hand.
That's exactly it. But back to the older women, saying the older women are like, we've sat up there. We've had these conversations with the 50-50s, these
Right.
other the love and hip hop chick city girl types, but it's real talk with a woman, an older woman, is saying, hey, man, what do you bring to the table? Because especially if she has kids, if she has other stuff going on in her life, if she's handling everything that she's handling and you do not meet her halfway or exceed, then she's not going to want to deal with you, especially if she got kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, she has to have high standards.
Absolutely. And the thing is, too, like,
she don't want to be 100 and still a fiance or still dealing with a baby daddy. You know what I mean? Like,
and then you get the conversation of, oh, why didn't you pick better? Then, oh, why do you have high standards? Oh, why don't you pick better? And it's like, which one? Pick better or have high standards?
Right.
You know what I mean? No. But I think like that goes across the board.
Those two are, to me, synonymous. They are synonymous. If you have high standards, you tend to pick better. You know
Exactly.
It's not too many women out here willing to date trick daddies. So
no,
ew. With the money or not.
Oh,
Now,
it's just disgusting.
Hey,
disgusting.
I know a few.
No, I mean, it's not.
You know what I mean? Especially if he's paying for everything. Especially if they got it, especially when it comes to there's some women out here who be eyeing dudes' wallets. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing, though. That's
Trick
what I'm
Daddy
saying.
that ran his course. Trick Daddy been doing this for 30 years.
Well, but there's women his age that are like that too.
I believe it. But what I'm saying is, we've watched Trick Daddy for the past 20 years with this same intensity. And sir, if you haven't figured it out by now, you shit out of luck. You know what I mean? You might want to go sit down somewhere.
No, really.
And you know what I mean? Hey, whatever you get, don't come on TV and tell us about it, because we really don't give a shit, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Where's Trina at? You know what I mean? That's what I was wondering.
She married somewhere?
He was talking like, man, she couldn't put you on a show or nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? She got a whole lot of shit going on. Trina ain't got no bad bitches for you. You know what I'm saying? You ran through all her friends too. Like, sir, you're just making horrible decisions in life. I seen your hairline. You know what I'm saying? It's horrible. You know,
that.
Well. you got anything to add, Jess? Before?
Nope.
Yeah,
he's just a hoe. That's it.
I love Trick Daddy, man, because Trick Daddy love the kids, but I can't rock with that one, bro. You tripping? You know what I'm saying? Trick Daddy, you my mama age, and if you talk to my mama like that, I'm gonna punch you in your throat.
That's real talk. You know what I'm saying? If my mom don't already punch him in the throat, you know what I'm saying?
I would never, sir. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You out here dating people's aunties and moms and grandmoms and shit, bro. You can't be talking to them like that.
That's still like to be ratchet. You probably be on Facebook Live or IG Lives or whatever type of lives, acting ratchet. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to fight folks through the phone.
Well, they belong together.
Linda Turner.
They ain't my goddamn mama. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Don't find you one. You know what I mean? Shit.
Inauthentic. But yes.
Let's go, man. Yeah, that's enough for Trick Daddy, man.
That's enough for Trick Daddy Dallas. So we're coming towards the last part of the show. That was a fun segment. So yeah, we have the last part. We have LeBron James versus Stephen A. Smith. Saying it. So for those that don't know, a little backstory. LeBron James ran up on Stephen A. Smith. Matter of fact, he ran up on him at the game that me and Jess were attending because some of the stuff that Stephen A. had said about LeBron's son, and and I'm gonna go on the record, and I hope whoever's watching put this out and they stream it and it goes viral. I am a certified LeBron James hater. You know what I'm saying? I am a Laker fan, but I used to be a LeBron James hater. But as if he's wearing the purple and gold, he's wearing that jersey, then guess what? He's one of us. And at the end of the day, I root for Bronny James, because I seen the scrutiny that he was facing coming in. The whole dynamic of what LeBron James accomplished by getting his son into the NBA. It is hard to get into
the college level to even the high school level, but college, let alone the NBA, and he's in there, and the first father and son duo to do it on the same team. I mean, that's history, you know, for what he's done to be in his kid's life and to make the dude is playing for the Lakers, his first NBA team, he's playing for the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to need time to develop because he's a rookie. So they put him in the G League so he can get some NBA legs underneath him. So, you know, I'm me personally, I'm not a LeBron James fan, but I'm definitely rooting 100% for his son because I want to see him succeed. I want to see him prove all these haters wrong. I want to see him be great in the NBA because he has potential. And what he's shown, just even being with the D League, you know, or the G League, whatever, he's out there balling. And I want to see him. So, but LeBron James stepped to Stephen A. Smith because he had been heavily criticizing Bronny James. And so Stephen A. then took that and went on like a little world tour. Oh, he approached me and he used it because he's all about clicks, likes, and views. So this is what LeBron James had in response to what Stephen A. Smith had to say.
I mean, you know, that is all part of the game. That's all part of the game. But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players, you know. And I think a lot of the media, including him, and I know he's gonna be happy as hell. He's gonna be smiling from ear to ear when he hears me talking about him again. Oh my God, he's gonna get home and grab some ice cream out of the freezer and sit in his chair in his tighty whities on the couch.
I hope at some point you two do get a chance.
Like,
but you're right.
Dude, like relax, bro. Like relax. Like seriously.
I mean, sure, he says he may have the jersey, but LeBron is not a Laker. I mean, well, his paycheck says otherwise. You know what I'm saying? So, but go ahead, Adoration.
I need to clear my name real quick. I am a LeBron James fan. Okay. I've been a LeBron James fan no matter what team he.
All right, so moving on. Anyway, we're not talking about none of that. I'm just playing. Go ahead. I'm just messing with you. Go ahead.
I gotta make sure that they know that I'm not with him.
Oh, go ahead, man. I'm just messing with you. You can be a LeBron fan.
My
it's
God.
Okay.
No, but in real talk, I'm finally glad that LeBron, you know, I've been watching, like I said, back when my dad was still alive. That was 7 years ago. We used to watch, we're really into basketball. We used to watch this man talk shit all day long. LeBron. He just hates LeBron James. And for LeBron James to have the restraint to just not care and to just excel the whole time, I love that. But you don't talk about nobody's kid. You don't talk about nobody's team. And I'm glad he said something to him because, you know, that man, Stephen A. Smith, that man just needs like help. He lives and thrives on hate just all day long. I mean, if you watch his stuff,
man's job.
That man is disgusting.
That's his job. You know what I'm saying? He is a character.
Yeah, but hate,
From
just hate.
Sesame
Like he doesn't
Street.
have anything
You know
else.
what I'm
Like you can he just hate. I don't like him. But I respect LeBron James. I would hope my sons are like him. I would hope I marry a man like that man. I mean, incredible, impeccable on every level.
That's why you always be at the basketball court. You trying to find you a LeBron.
I'm trying to find me a LeBron. In the early stages, see, y'all
Yeah, you trying to get it.
Savannah knew him from when he was living in vans. That's the thing.
Right.
Y'all trying to get there late. But
You hit it right on the head, Adoration.
It's the character, though. It's the character. It's not about the money. It's
right.
the character because there are rich people with terrible character. This man has impeccable character. He's not like the rest of these people, you know, respectfully. But he's not like. But you see a lot of the guys who are doing very well in their careers. You notice they. You know, a lot of them met their girls early. A lot of them, they have impeccable character. And you see the ones who are like, respectfully, the guy who, you know, married the OnlyFans or whatever that was, he broke within 5 years. You know what I mean? Those are like regular people who run the streets and who do all this and that because they got money. Then you find out they're going to be broke later, broken families. You know what I mean? That's what happens to other types of people. But people like LeBron James, just too decent. just too decent, just too
Right.
stand up, just sending kids to college. Kids are successful. Marriage is successful. That's what I'm talking about. And the fact that he is one of the, while he's like the leader in America, he's like considered a leader. He gets torn down by people in our own community, torn down to the ground. To me, it's just sad because if there's any standard for what we should be saying, this is what we are, this is what we look like, LeBron James is it.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, Adoration. I can't be inauthentic because it's not in my character. I'm one of those people that you talked about as far as on the basketball court. Yeah, I was definitely not a LeBron James fan. I'm a Kobe. I'm a Laker through and through. My favorite player of all time was Magic Johnson. Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, I live and breathe and everything Lakers. So, you know what I'm saying? So when people were starting to say that he was better than Kobe and all this other stuff, yeah, I was a LeBron hater. I'm over there. I got tons of proof on Facebook to prove that.
I remember it.
Yeah, it doesn't change, you know what I'm saying? But the fact is, it's kind of hard to hate on him when he's in a Laker jersey, you know what I'm saying? But off court, the stuff that he does, what he stands for, who he is, I've always applauded him as a man because he stands on business as a man, and he's what I think a lot of black men should strive to be. It was a lot fun rooting against him, you know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, he's in the Laker uniform, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. When he's out of it, then you gotta go back to my LeBron hate. But his son is definitely cool, and I want him to succeed. Jess, what are your thoughts?
For me, I will hate on LeBron if he makes my Lakers lose. That's me.
If he makes a win.
But I do like his character. I've always liked his character, how he is in his marriage, how he is with his kids. I totally respect that about him. But as a Laker, nah. But like you said, Third, he does have that Laker paycheck. So yes, unfortunately, he is a Laker. But I agree with him getting on oh boy about his son. Like, you ain't gonna talk about my kids.
No way.
Nah, that's not gonna fly.
And like LeBron said, you know what I'm saying, it's one thing to critique. He said that he would be a hypocrite if he sat here and said that, hey, I'm gonna tell you not to do your job. You have a job to do. That's fine. When it starts to get personal, then that's when it became a problem. And he stepped to him as a man. And I'm 100% with it. And I'm gonna say this on behalf of Laker Nation, whether we like him or not, he's in the Laker uniform. I guarantee you, Stephen A., if LeBron would have swung on you and you would have swung back, you would have not made it out of LA.
No.
Yeah. We would have stuck up for him. We would have stuck up for him.
Third would have been talking ish about his hairline, but still throwing dukes, beating your ass, Stephen A. On behalf of LeBron. You ain't touching Laker gang around here. That's what we don't do. We don't do. But go ahead, Quest.
Man, I'm not a Lakers fan, so none of this has shit.
Get the funk in. You know what?
I'm not.
Yes, click them off. Click them off.
Talking about. You from California? You talking about I'm not Laker fan? The funk. You better not say Clippers.
What if I thought he was like a Celtics fan?
No, he's not a Celtics.
I'm a Milwaukee fan.
You're Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's my squad. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to the fam back in Milwaukee. But anyways, personally, I'm not a Lakers fan. I've never been a LeBron fan because I'm a Jordan fan, and my second in command is Kobe. So, you know what I'm saying. But what I will say, no, for real, what I will say is the fact that in society we praise individuals who do things for their children until they're black men. It's amazing how much criticism we have for somebody like LeBron, who did everything he was supposed to do for his child, which was put him in the best situation possible. Regardless of it, he did it because he's a superstar or he's a multimillionaire or the best basketball player on the court. Whatever the circumstances are, that's my child, and I'm supposed to put him in the best position possible, If you feel like he don't deserve it, oh well, have you some kids be better than me, and then put your kids there. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? We seen it happen with the Ball brothers. You know what I'm saying? They ostracized they dad. You know what I'm saying? We never hear about Steph and Seth dad.
I was about to say that.
You know what I'm saying? We don't. So my problem is with Stephen A. Smith in regards to you being a black journalist, sir. You're supposed to know better. You're supposed to do better. It's okay that you don't like LeBron, but like Adoration said, and Jess and everybody else, when it comes to picturesque on the optic standard, because I don't know what going on in LeBron house, and I don't know, you know what I'm saying, what type of lifestyle and all that. But from the optics point of it, he is the quintessential black man that you would want your children to model if you were gonna model them after any athlete.
Thank you.
That's just really what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? The man ain't never been in no scandals. He's never been in trouble. He's been with the same woman the entire time, raised his kids the way he was supposed to, and then started schools for young children, gave them scholarships, all of the above, right? And then you still have the time to find something negative to say about him because you don't like him as an individual, which is cowardly.
Come on.
That shit is cowardly. There are so many other people you could talk about in the NBA, let alone that man's son. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I don't give a damn what you say. You can talk about my son you want to, Stephen A. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, go ahead.
Yeah, you can talk about my son if you want to, but you won't be doing another show.
Right. It's like, yo,
another show.
It's like you can talk about okay how he plays, whatever. When you start getting personal, and that's another thing. So I wanted to kind of bring up to y'all was, you know, because LeBron James is in the public eye, you know, saying he's a celebrity, you know, saying so his family is in the public eye too, and they're celebrities. So there is a such thing as the court of public opinion. So you know, so Stephen A. is entitled to feel however he wants to feel about, you know, saying like how LeBron James plays ball or his son or whatever NBA player. But I agree with LeBron James wholeheartedly that, you know, when it starts getting personal and when you start talking about how I'm raising or what's going on in my household,
then you go.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got to answer to me. You got to talk to me man to man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let you know, like, you know, hey, you got to chill out, bro. But, you know, Stephen A., I don't know how to say this respectfully, but he's a sucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, Absolutely. He's done some sucker stuff. He's doing it to get a check. He's doing it to get clicks, views. He's highly opinionated in basketball, which, you know, he's never really played. You know, he's a spectator, but he's getting paid to criticize ball players, and he's not an athlete. You know what I'm saying? But he's a journalist, so he's entitled to his opinion. But how much does a court of public opinion allow you to actually have that opinion on something that you have no skill set on?
It gives you a lot of room until you see that individual.
In person. That part.
That's the
because
problem.
The thing about Stephen A. is it's not about, like, you can talk basketball. I know a lot of people who talk about basketball. That's what we do. You can talk about, I don't like them. They're not the greatest of all time. They're not the GOAT. Go off, King. But you start talking about people's character, and that's what he's been doing for years. I mean, years. Just dogging this man, and now you want to dog his son. Like, how people are still listening to this man. I know people are LeBron haters, so they love it, but I said to one guy on Facebook who was dogging LeBron, I'm like, okay, you don't like his basketball skills, you just stupid and blind, but okay. But why are you dogging him as a man?
That's a whole nother topic.
Okay, you just do it, but okay. But how are you going to dog him as a man, though? Now, I know he's cheating on his wife. Every man with money is cheating on his wife. Ain't no way no man could be faithful. I'm like, you're a whole grown man. I said, are you saying that as a black man? Are you saying that black man ain't shit? I said, why is it that when a black man is showing good character and we actually got something to look up to, all of a sudden, you, a black man, are trying to tear him down? I said, y'all, I said straight up, I said, y'all got to stop this. I said, because all you're saying is that you're basically saying that you, as a demographic, ain't shit and can't be shit. And when you see somebody that is great, you spend your time trying to tear them down, I guess to make yourself look better or to make yourself look like the norm. I'm like, I don't really understand why he can't just be a decent person. Why is that?
They form hater clubs. They form hater clubs.
That's why you don't argue with people online, because
I wasn't arguing.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general.
I see, right. Yeah.
Because Third's question was, you know what I'm saying, in regards to Stephen A. Smith in this situation. A lot of that goes on because these people know they are never going to see the individual that they're talking shit about.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? And if you had to stand on what you said about such individual, you know what I mean, in their face, you would probably back down from whatever the fuck it is you just said.
Not me.
Problem. I mean, I'm not me.
No, I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you a quick story. So I ran into Shane Battier at the airport in Oakland. You know what I'm saying? And he had just won a championship ring. Me being Laker gang, you know what I'm saying? I went over. He won one with LeBron. So I went over there talking ish to him, like, hey, you know, I got a picture with him, like, hey, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? Too bad you ain't a Laker. And his comeback was, yeah, I should be, because they need all the help they can get right about now. I was like, damn.
All right, man, shut your ass up.
And dude.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm like.
But the thing is, like I said, I ain't gonna fake the funk. I ain't gonna fake the funky right here in front of me. You know what I'm saying? You a Heat fan, you LeBron's boy, you know, so I talk trash too. I don't care.
Yeah,
you know? No, but I think that's the biggest issue is, you know, a lot of people that are in the entertainment field, especially now, because anybody can be a YouTuber, a podcast, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That at the end of the day, they feel like they can just speak frivolously about things, and then they're never going to see these individuals, which Stephen A. should know better. But even in his regard, I think that he's had so many positive interactions with LeBron that he felt that he could keep antagonizing.
Right.
To the extent where people are watching you, you know, 5 days a week, beat down this individual, and then now you're gonna say, well, hell, I'm gonna take it a step further and I'm gonna beat down his son in conjunction with me antagonizing him. And as a father, I definitely understand the fact that you can do whatever and say whatever you want to me. You know what I'm saying? I can live with that. A lot of shit I'll let it slide, because one, we already know you're irrelevant when it comes into the capacity of the things you're talking about, right? Because I don't argue with people that are not my equals. I either, you know what I'm saying, debate or I teach. You know what I'm saying? It's really that simple. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not my equal, this is just a learning lesson for you. But you know what I mean? To try to carry that same animosity and energy over to that man's child is where you should have understood, maybe I am crossing the line. And when that man press up on you, you are so lucky that he has the character that he has, because most individuals would have beat the shit out of Stephen A. Smith, because one, I know you can't fight. Two, I know you can't fight. And three, you ain't gonna swing and you can't fight. So it all adds up to you can't fight, nigga. So stop talking shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I see. Like,
that part.
Like if LeBron would have decided to take off on you, bro, you was done for. What was you gonna do? You gonna get back on TV? Oh, the unmitigated gall of this man hitting me in the face. What the fuck?
You see?
You know what I'm saying? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play ball. You know,
this shit crazy, bro. Leave that man alone before you get yourself hurt.
Jess, you have anything to say?
I said what I said.
Why was you never a Kobe fan, though? I'm curious.
All right, now we can talk. We got that out the way. We can have some fun with it. Yeah. So here's the thing. I grew up with Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Jess probably grew up with Kobe, you know what I'm saying, from his inception into the NBA till he retired.
I was in 8th grade.
So
when he came to the
NBA. For Kobe, it's been an emotional roller coaster, because I love the dude when he got in. He got the 3 rings. I was there at the Laker parade when they won the 2nd. I graduated when they won the 3rd. I had my Laker jersey as I walked the stage. Then,
you know, when they lost to Detroit, I took that really personal, and then Shaq left. I admit I was mad at Kobe because I thought he broke up the Beatles. Then, you know what I'm saying, then he turned around, got back with Phil, got Pau Gasol. They went back to the finals, lost to Boston, but then his dedication, you know what I'm saying, they went back to back, again, beating Orlando, then beating the Celtics, which is to me the best Laker championship ever because I got to see that. But, you know what I mean, like when I started actually studying Kobe to see how much of a basketball savant he was, like this dude, he's not like today's NBA player where if he breaks a fingernail, he has to sit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I've seen this dude play with the flu. He's played with 9 hands. There's some people that can relate to that on here.
9
you know what I'm saying?
fingers.
No, 9 fingers, my fault. 9 fingers. You know what I'm saying? They can relate to that. You know, he's played with like a bad back. You know what I'm saying? He's walked to the free throw line with a torn ACL, shot 2 free throws. His level of toughness is like the same pedigree as like a Jordan, as like a Magic, a Bird, you know, Isaiah Thomas, you know what I'm saying? Like a Rodman. You know, they don't make them like him no more. You know what I'm saying? So
No,
when he
that's
left
not
the game,
LeBron James.
when he left the game, yeah.
That's been
Yeah.
my argument the entire
Just saying, I like him, his character, but as a basketball player, nah.
Yeah, so adoration. I'm gonna drop a little science on you. Is LeBron James a dope basketball player? He is really good. He is really, really good, undeniable.
Obviously.
But he does not have the killer instinct like a Kobe. He doesn't have the
Disagree.
toughness like a Kobe. And there's been times when he's actually kind of like disappeared. You know what I'm saying? But
That's
the
the
one
thing.
thing,
Y'all
just like his hairline.
Smith. When did he disappear? No, I'm
he's
serious.
disappeared. So when it comes down to the fourth quarter and you got the last couple of minutes or the last shot, sometimes
He's
he will
not
defer.
clutch.
He'll
Can I
defer.
talk real quick? Here's the
Yeah, go
thing
ahead.
about LeBron James that's different than y'all love affairs, okay?
A love affair.
Let that sink in for a minute. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I understand you grow up on somebody. It's hard when you grow up eating ramen, it's hard to digest properly made spaghetti. So I understand that. Right?
Whoa.
I'm just saying, you grow up on one thing.
Shots.
I love the analogy, though. That was
I
dope.
love the analogy too.
That
Shots.
was fire.
All right,
You
so
said, go ahead.
See, LeBron is not like, for example, the Jordan. And you'll hear people who, I mean, you don't hear not the main people because nobody want to disrespect him, but there are like real people who actually played with Jordan in real life or young people that got to deal with him. And they'll be like, wow, he's so selfish. He's so mean. I'm not saying
I've heard.
You've heard this. You know this, right? My dad actually
Right.
knew a guy personally.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Meanwhile, LeBron James, he's not the kind of person where it's like, oh, I got to hog the ball. I got to take every shot. He's not that guy. He doesn't just play the game. He makes teams better. So like, oh, why didn't you run up and be selfish and take the ball and shoot the last shot? He don't have to do that. He can pass ball. He makes plans so his team works together. That's why every team he goes to excels. It's not just him having to win the game. It's not just
not true.
No, you know what, adoration?
No,
he does
go
make
ahead.
he does make some of the players around him better. He's a facilitator. Like people like to compare LeBron and Jordan. I think it's a bad analogy. I think more so LeBron's in the same space as Magic Johnson because Magic Johnson, he can score and he can facilitate, and LeBron can play all 5 positions. You know what I'm saying? So I will give him that.
Yeah. Magic could too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like a Magic.
And my thing is this: I'm not the kind of person. I'm sorry for the analogy. I'm just teasing y'all, but I'm not.
No, it's all good. It's trash talk. This what we aren't sensitive up here.
It was a good analogy.
Yes.
But Kobe's still the best.
I'm gonna use it on somebody. I'm sorry that you eat top ramen all day and we
or
eat
one
pasta.
woman down
You know
makes the other one look better. But LeBron James is in a world, let's just be honest, he's in a class of his own, and we all know that. Now, you got to single him out in one little place and say, oh, he didn't take the last shot in the fourth quarter. He's not clutch, in order to try and bring him down because, like you said, he plays all 5 positions. He is the one who makes the teams better. He leads teams to championships. He really is that nigga, and there really is nothing you can really say. Now, you like I said, you can single him out and say that this person was better than him in this one area. Maybe they made more shots. Maybe they did it. You can say that. But if you're taking the whole package of the basketball player, the only way you can really hate him is if, like you said, you're just from a rival team and a rival gang, and you're used to, you know what I mean, homemade grits in the oven pan.
Don't
really
structure it. You can't structure it like that, adoration, because
that's what
everybody doesn't believe he is the greatest player. Now, is he a great player? No, absolutely. He is absolutely a great player. But when it comes to, so let's compare LeBron to somebody like Allen Iverson.
Okay.
Ooh, good one.
Allen Iverson is a way better basketball player than LeBron to me.
Yep, he is. Yeah, I agree.
If you want to,
he got handles.
He
got handles.
Man is small. He got the tenacity. He's got the killer instinct.
And he was never a Laker, and I liked him.
When it comes down to winning, nobody gives a shit about your feelings. Nobody gives a shit about how
LeBron James wins. What are you talking about?
Not all the time.
Not all the time.
He has more losses in championships. He has more losses in championships than wins.
He did not win any championships at Cleveland.
Yeah, he did. He got one.
He got one.
He did?
He got one.
Okay.
Yeah,
but the Warriors were whipping his ass.
Wait, but hold on though. Hold on. And here's the thing though. Here's the thing. That's the
I
thing
hit a nerve. I'm sorry.
You want to say, okay, he had this, he did this, he won in Cleveland, but he didn't win in Cleveland. The Warriors, let's be honest. I mean, we're gonna all be honest about this, right? Mm-hmm. The Warriors are stacked. They were stacked. Let's be honest.
True.
There was no team. So wait. Come on. The Warriors, they blew through every single team in the West like it was nobody. I mean, yeah, the West is y'all are just like, pork chop.
Naturally put together.
Listen. And y'all know that for Cleveland, with the little raggedy team he had, and let's be honest, respect to all the boys with the raggedy team he had, that couldn't do nothing before he
Kyrie is raggedy?
Kyrie is raggedy?
Kevin Love?
Wait a minute now. Kyrie got better. Okay, I watched before, and then
Kyrie was good then.
He was good then. Kyrie was dope.
They won hella games when LeBron was going to get
wait.
When LeBron was going to get the rest of his hairline filled in, Kyrie was holding that team down.
He sure was.
There will be no Kyrie.
No, I will back up adoration on this one point. I will on this one point when LeBron, when he went to his first championship, that Cleveland team was raggedy because he had there was nobody. Anderson, Varejao, and all. He was nobody. So he took him to the championship, but he lost the championship to Dallas. You know what I mean?
Wait though. Stop right there. And this is what I can't stand about Stephen A. Smith. He goes, Cleveland's ragged. They could never win a game. They're going to lose. They're horrible. LeBron James, he's just going to make them worse. Then LeBron James comes. Of course, Cleveland, they struggled, but then they beat the Golden State Warriors. It wasn't LeBron.
Once.
The team was great. The team was amazing. He had a stacked team. Like, come on.
Was this the second time he went back to Cleveland?
It was the second time he went back to Cleveland.
Oh, okay. When he went crawling back to Cleveland. Okay.
That nigga go where
he did. So what happened was during that series, I don't want to talk about it. I'm still having nightmares of how he got to the Lakers, okay? But
they paid that nigga.
That was Magic Johnson. He did that. It's all his fault.
We will kiss you.
You love him.
We will kiss you.
I do.
You welcome. That's what they said, and that's how he got
But so the thing is, Cleveland, the Warriors were whipping that ass. You know what I'm saying? And then when he kicked, or whatever happened when Draymond kicked him in the nuts or something, whenever he crying, Draymond got ejected. I don't know how he got, but then that's when it turned, and then that's when they won. But that was his only one against the Warriors. But the Warriors have been spanking that ass.
That was his.
Stephen Curry owns LeBron. You know what I mean? I love y'all. We can finish this backstage. We're at that.
Yeah, I like Steph Curry too.
I love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit the like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you share. Thank you to the rebroadcasters. Thank you for the non-haters. We love you. Keep coming in. Keep continuing to love and grow. We will see you on the next one. Peace.